Yo, what's up? So this is for that Infekt sound you were asking about. Go ahead and unfreeze this. Should just drag this back over here. Alright, so you said you use serum. Here's serum. Um, this is going to be the simplest patch you'll probably ever make. So it's a square wave. I put the note in the MIDI at F third octave. So I just dropped it 2 since we're working on the bass. Obviously the level starts around 75%. Go ahead and drag this LFO1 to the level just to give it more sway. I didn't fool with this at all. Like I said, it's like the simplest patch you'll ever make. No effects, nothing. I did a little pitch bend just to make it sound a little more interesting, because you're going to hear this a couple times, so make it a little bit more interesting. So here, let me show you that automation for the pitch bend. The first sound you should have is this. Alright, go ahead and turn these off. So you have your square bass. First thing I did, OTT and saturator, just to make the signal a little bit louder, a little bit crispier. Saturator, I didn't do too much, 2.86 decibel gain, dry wet at 65%, soft clip on, that's the only things I touched. OTT, I put 8.8 decibel gain, that's pretty wild, but whatever, it sounds good. 30% dry wet, 1000% time. I always turn the time up, because if not, you have those weird reverb style artifacts on the back end of the sound, so I like to get rid of those. You can leave them, I don't care. Anyway, phaser, simple chorus, just making the bass a little bit wider. I don't know, it sounds interesting to me, why not? Infekt definitely uses a phaser. I don't know about chorus, maybe he uses both. It just makes that boring square signal wide and makes it take up more of that mix, more of that room that you're mixing in. So anyway, I just toyed around with these parameters. You can copy exactly what I did. Same thing for the simple chorus. I don't really know the true ins and outs of how these things work, but it's not like you can't just play around until it sounds good. That's what I do for every sound. So anyway, copy all these. You can pause the screen or whatever. After you do all this, this is what you should have. So went ahead, froze this, boom, drag it over to an audio track that you create on the bottom, which is already did that. So the next thing, all I did was, as far as effects go, I took utility because it was a bit wider than I anticipated. So I kind of turned down that width a little bit with the utility right there. This gain can actually just go away. I don't know why that's that. EQ, I was just told, I mean, you don't really need an EQ for this because it's a simple tutorial. I didn't separate a sub or anything. Some people separate subs, some don't. It's all up to you, your style of mixing. For this I didn't. So I'm keeping the low end in. I did a cut at 30 hertz, I believe. Yeah, 30 hertz. 20 to 30 hertz. Anything below that's kind of useless. There's no point of just eating up some mixer room. So anyway, I did a little low cut right here. Not a low cut, just a dip in the EQ, just to get rid of some of the muddiness that I was hearing right here. And then I increased the high end just for a little bit more crispiness. And I chopped up the audio. Make sure when you're chopping up this audio, you either go to Complex or Complex Pro. And if you're playing with the pitch, like if you're going here and transposing it, and you're in Complex Pro, make sure to turn those. You can. I mean, you don't have to. You can play with these formats; they make cool sounds. But if you want the bass of the sound, then just turn those formats down. And anyway, after I manipulated them a little bit. This is what I have. Make sure to throw some sidechain on, and this is what I have on the master bus for the synths. It's another saturator OTT. This is for sidechain. When I work on house, I use Kickstart just because it's quicker. But anyway, this is what I have.